For decades, Australia trusted its vast oceans as a natural shield, clinging to a continent-centric defence doctrine. That assumption evaporated as the Indo-Pacific balance of power shifted dramatically, turning once safe distances into contested battle spaces. Canberra has now abandoned the old defensive posture and adopted the 2024 strategy of denial, a proactive, forward-leaning framework. The goal is not to strike mainland targets, but to transform Australia into a maritime porcupine that makes aggression unbearably costly. By positioning advanced capabilities near critical chokepoints like the Sunda and Lombok Straits, Australia intends to deny adversaries free passage through regional waters. This is deterrence by denial, not deterrence by punishment. Pillar 1 serves as the steel spine of this long-term strategy, a fleet of conventionally armed, nuclear-powered submarines. These vessels offer unmatched range, stealth and endurance, capable of operating submerged for months without surfacing, something no diesel-electric boat can match. The plan unfolds in 3 clear phases. First, American and British nuclear submarines begin rotational deployments through HMAS Sterling in Western Australia from the late 2020s. Second, Australia will purchase 3 used Virginia-class submarines from the United States in the early 2030s, a revision confirmed in May 2026. Third, Australia will build the new SSN AUKUS class domestically, with first boats expected in the early 2040s. This program is the largest and most expensive defence undertaking in Australian history. In mid-2026, Pillar 1 remains firmly in its foundational stages, roughly 20 to 25% complete. The trilateral legal treaties have been signed, and Australian crews are already training in American and British facilities. Yet the Adelaide shipyard at Osborne is still in early development, with physical construction slated to begin only in 2027. American shipyards face severe production backlogs, threatening delivery timelines for the Virginia-class vessels. Canberra has committed billions of dollars, including an initial $2.76 billion Australian dollars down payment, without receiving a single submarine hull. Pillar 1 is a bet on the 2040s, not a shield for the current decade. Recognizing the slow pace of heavy naval construction, the Alliance engineered Pillar 2 as a parallel, fast-moving framework. Its objective is deep integration of science, industry and supply chains across the 3 nations, not the delivery of large platforms. Pillar 2 spans 8 technology streams: artificial intelligence, autonomy, quantum systems, undersea warfare, hypersonics, cyber, electronic warfare, and deep space radar. On the 30th of May 2026, at the Shangri-La Dialogue, Australia, Britain and the United States announced the first signature project under Pillar 2. Shared Payloads for Uncrewed Undersea Vehicles, or UUV. As Malcolm Davis and Justin Bassi of ASPI noted, this moves AUKUS, Pillar 2, from scientific potential to realizing operational military capabilities, with a target delivery date of 2027. Australian Deputy Prime Minister Richard Marles told the Dialogue that for too long, nations had not recognized the seabed as a strategic target for adversaries, by which he meant China and Russia. British Defence Secretary John Healey admitted that, for too long on AUKUS we have talked too much and delivered too little. Most tangible proof of Pillar 2's progress remains Ghost Shark, Australia's extra-large autonomous undersea vehicle. Developed with Anduril for $1.7 billion Australian dollars, it moved from concept to prototype in under 3 years, reaching initial operational capability in January 2026. The Royal Australian Navy activated its Maritime Autonomous Systems Unit in April 2026, signaling that Ghost Shark has entered mass production. But the new payloads project is not about new UUV hulls. Each partner already has its own. Rather, it focuses on developing shared technology for navigation, detection and attack, ensuring that vessels like Ghost Shark and C2 Robotics, Speartooth can work together. This includes equipping them with sonars, passive and active, optical sensors, and potentially weapons such as mines and torpedoes. always under human control to comply with international humanitarian law. The Australian Strategic Capabilities Accelerator tested necessary technologies in its Maritime Big Play exercise this year. The Shangri-La announcement will accelerate testing to ensure UUVs can connect with ashore networks, so humans can oversee, manage, and if necessary, directly control them. This creates a striking asymmetry between the two pillars. Pillar 1 hovers near 20 to 25% completion, while Pillar 2 has already reached approximately 45%. Software and drones can be deployed now. Nuclear submarines will not arrive until the next decade. Pillar 2 therefore serves as a strategic bridge, protecting Australia during its most vulnerable window, roughly 2026 to 2035. It does not replace the ultimate deterrent of nuclear submarines, but it keeps deterrence credible in the present. In short, Pillar 2 is the frontline, not the backup. Marles highlighted a specific vulnerability. 15 submarine cables carry almost all of Australia's internet traffic. Some smaller Pacific nations rely on just one cable. Without them, digital connectivity and modern society collapse. The best way to defend these cables is to patrol them with swarms of uncrewed autonomous vessels, freeing crewed submarines to operate forward. This requires networked undersea sensors like seabed sonar arrays and uncrewed surface vessels like the AUKUS Bluebottle, which can be bought cheaply in great numbers and act as communication gateways. Underwater communication is challenging, very low frequency. VLF is too slow for managing UUV swarms, but laser communications can connect with vessels down to around 70 meters, and quantum communications technologies, another Pillar 2 focus, offer future possibilities. For Beijing, the immediate threat is not a submarine arriving in the 2040s but a drone swarm that can be launched tomorrow. For Jakarta, the calculus is different but equally urgent. Australia's strategy of denial explicitly targets the northern approaches, which include Indonesia's archipelagic sea lanes or AUKUS, through the Sunda and Lombok Straits. A network of autonomous sensors and undersea drones operating near these chokepoints raises legitimate sovereignty concerns and risks miscalculation. Indonesia is not named as an adversary, but its waters become the strategic chessboard. Any honest analysis of AUKUS must weigh Australia's deterrence goals against Indonesia's right to freedom of navigation and territorial integrity. Ultimately, Australia's defence transformation is a high-stakes sovereign gamble. The strategy successfully locks the United States into defending Australia for the next 50 years, through technology transfers and basing agreements. Yet it also creates deep dependency on Washington's political stability and industrial capacity, both of which are showing signs of strain. The program promises 20,000 skilled jobs, but Australia currently lacks the nuclear-trained workforce to fill them. If American shipyards continue to lag, or a future president shifts priorities, Canberra's ultimate deterrent could evaporate. Until then, Australia must rely on its Silicon Shield, Pillar 2, to maintain a fragile peace in a rapidly changing region.